Senua. So, da ist sie. Hellblade, Senua, Sacrifice. Nächste Runde. Ich folge dem Licht. Ich habe mich auch entschieden, wo ich als erstes lang gehe. Mal schauen, ob man mich besser hört, weil ich habe festgestellt, dass da Einstellungen nicht ganz okay waren. Ich hoffe, man hört mich diesmal ein bisschen besser. So. Ich habe keine Waffen. Ich bin hier unten. Ah, perfekt. Habe ich das schon aktiviert? Bitte sag mir, ich habe schon aktiviert. Fuck. Dann lassen wir das schnell
The
laufen.
Northmen tell of a great hero. His name
Oh.
is Sigmund. His father's hall was built around a great tree, and one day, Odin comes and thrusts a sword into the tree, a gift to whomever can release it. Many try.
Ah, da ist noch eins.
Death
Gute
for
Entscheidung, da ich
Sigmund
hier
and his
angelaufen bin.
brothers seems certain. But the king's wife is Sigmund's sister, and she begs for mercy and implores the king to chain them up instead. He agrees. Not for mercy, though, but because he plans an even more cruel and lingering death. Chained to a tree in the forest that night, a she-wolf comes and devours one of Sigmund's brothers. She returns, ravenous, night after night, until only Sigmund is left. The next day, Sigmund's sister sends a death for Sigmund and his brothers seems certain.
Oh, come on.
But the king's wife is Sigmund's sister, and she begs for mercy and implores the king to chain them up instead. He agrees. Not for mercy, though, but because he plans an even more cruel and lingering death. Chained to a tree in the forest that night, a she-wolf comes and devours one of Sigmund's brothers. She returns, ravenous, night after night, until only Sigmund is left. The next day, Sigmund's sister sends a servant with honey to smear on Sigmund's face. But to what end? Well, that night, when the she-wolf appears again, you'll never guess what happens.
Okay. Ein Tor, das ich nicht. Ein Schiffchen. Bloß nicht auf den Fall. Jetzt geworden. Ich werde jetzt jeden Tod vermeiden. Weil der Arm doch schon schlimmer aussieht als das Lauf, ja. Ich habe gerade voll vergessen, wie ich das da mal ein bisschen. Ich glaub, da hinten war nochmal was. Guck mal noch. Ja, da war noch
As the she-wolf licks the sweet honey from Sigmund's face, he bites the wolf's tongue. The she-wolf pulls away, but Sigmund holds on. The chains break, and he is free. After his escape, Sigmund lives like us, hidden in the forest. His enemy, King Siggeir, believing him dead, as his sister plots revenge. And for vengeance to succeed, even the great Sigmund needs help. So she sends her sons to him. But their blood is weak and corrupted, and they're put to death by Sigmund. So his sister hatches a new plan, one that is cold of heart and pure of blood.
hier lang und kann hier lang. Oh nein, Ende. Okay. Hier lang. Dann hier hoch. Das ist nicht viel Witz, außer hier ist ein Gesicht. Nein, hier ist kein Gesicht. Ich muss auch aufs Mama-Gesicht achten. Schwer.
Day after day, watching from afar, she mimicked him, perfecting her own secret dance, wishing those fleeting moments of light would stretch out to last forever.
Sigmund's sister trades shapes with a sorceress, and in disguise, she lies with her own brother. She gives birth to a son named Sinfjotli. After a time, she sends him to the forest to Sigmund. He tests the boy and finds him strong and fearless, and so they go to take their vengeance on King Siggeir. But luck is not on their side. They're captured, and Siggeir has them buried alive.
Das war's schon.
No, it's a trick. It's an illusion. It's not real. Do you really believe it's real? You want to believe it's real, but it's a trick.
Ui. Boah. Krass. Also wir haben 12 Uhr nachts.
Where is she going? What is she following? You can't even fight. It's just deception.
How does he so effortlessly court the world and bliss? If only she could do the same. See the world through eyes anew and dance with it, just like he does.
Oh mein Gott. Vielen Dank, Entwickler. Vielen, vielen lieben Dank. Okay, ich kann nicht runter, ich kann nur geradeaus. Okay. Hallo Baum. Du solltest mal zum Zahnarzt.
What's your name?
Senua.
I haven't seen you before.
I don't leave home much.
Oh, Zeno's daughter.
I have to go.
Wait. Who taught you to fight like that?
No one.
No one.
Well, I watched you, and
You learnt all of that from watching me? You should become a warrior, you know.
me?
I'm Dillian. I'm here for the warrior trials. Just come and watch. And bring your sword.
You can't put it into words. That moment when you look into the eyes of the one who is supposed to reassure you, make you feel safe. It only takes an instant. Fear swallows you before you have a chance to make sense of it. And darkness becomes a part of who you are.
You killed him.
But her world changed the day the Northmen took him from her. Senua knows that there's no going back to how things were. That there's nothing to go back to at all.
Stay still, stay quiet, hide, don't tell her.
Their gods can see into your mind. They will use this power to destroy
They
you.
won't stop me. I can still feel him.
Whatever's left of him, they will never let him go.
I'm not gonna let him rot here!
You're the one rotting here.
Leave me alone!
You will die here.
No!
And all your suffering will have been for nothing.
Dillian? Is that you? I'll find you, my love. I promise.
Beloved by the tree. Can you see it? You want to believe it. Is it not real? Is it there? You're alone in these mountains. Is that Dillian? Nothing lives here. You won't survive. You met him by the tree. She met him by the tree. Maybe it's a sign, the tree. What's he trying to tell you?
He's waiting for you by the tree.
War der Weg versperrt? Noch eins? Und da ist noch eins. Das ist normaler Stein. Das müsste das nächste R sein. Nee, das ist das hier. Und dann kommt
As Sigmund and Sinfjotli are being buried alive, Sigmund's sister throws an armful of straw into the grave mound. Hidden in the straw is Sigmund's sword, the gift of Odin. They cut their way out of the grave mound and set fire to Siggeir's hall. The king burns to death. Sigmund calls to his sister to come out so that she may live and be honored. She does come out, but only to tell him the truth. That she had slept with him, her brother, to beget a strong avenger. I am not fit to live, she says, and walks back into the fire. Strike vengeance from your heart, Senua, as there is always a heavy price to pay.
Schmerz versuchen. Und da ist das letzte.
And here is the end of Sigmund's story. He was a fierce and great warrior who fought many battles. But one day, an old man came onto the battlefield. Although shadowed by a hood, Sigmund saw that he only had one eye. The man raised his spear, and Sigmund struck at it with his sword, but the sword shattered into pieces. Sigmund then knew that this was Odin, and thus that victory could not be his. He bowed his head and accepted his end. Dying, he tells his wife that she is with child, and that her son will one day make a great weapon out of the fragments of his sword. The sword named Gram.
Ich verstehe jetzt noch nicht, warum er ihn umgebracht hat. Ist das schon mal also ein Metallspalt? Das sind ein paar Metalldinger. Bestimmt welche Siege oder Zeichen oder was auch immer. Scheinbar. Also gehen wir mal halt hier rein. Hoffentlich tötet uns jetzt nichts. Ach, da ist ein Schwert.
Take it. A sword. Take it. Dillion left it for you. Take it. Take it.
Das ist nicht.
Don't take it. It's a trick. It's a trick. It's meant. It's coming from there. Look, where's it coming from? She's done something.
What's happening?
Senua, imagine a sword that can slay gods. Its name is Gram. It was forged by the god of all Northmen, Odin, and gifted to Sigmund, a great warrior.
I need this sword. It's important. Can you help me?
The sword appears whole, but it is an illusion. It shattered into shards long ago. It is said a great warrior can reforge Gram by answering the trials of Odin, one for each shard. The roots of the Tree of Death will take you to new lands where you will face the trials.
Go to the shard. Go to the shard. Go to the shard. What's the shard? Find it. It's the metal runestones. It's in front of you. Find it. The runes. You need that sword. Go to the shard. Find
Okay,
the shards.
also muss ich wohl zu den Dingern marschieren. Ah,
Where is it? Find it. There it
wenn die
is.
Prüfung mich nicht umbringt, ist alles
Focus.
okay.
Focus. Use your eyes. Look. Get closer. What can you see?
A king in the north forced the dwarves to make a sword that would never fail and never rust, and that would slice through iron and stone and bring victory to its bearer. But the angry dwarves cursed it. It would be the death of a man every time it was drawn, and it would be the death of the king. Let me tell you about the sword Tyrving.
I don't recognize this place. Where are we? Where is she?
It feels wrong. Where are we now? Burial mound. So strange that we go to such lengths to bury death. Something so very ordinary, inevitable. It's as if we conspire to hide death, because we have no answer for it. But when it comes, and forces itself onto our friends or loved ones, Then comes the reckoning.
Feel the dead in the air. You can feel the dead.
Die Dinger nach hinten, das wird
Why would
schwer.
you bring her?
Senua,
Das heißt,
you remind me of a story that the Northmen tell about a young woman warrior. Her name is Herver, the daughter of a berserker, born after he was killed. She's a wild, willful child who teaches herself to fight with weapons. When she learns where her father is buried, her only desire is to reclaim the treasure buried with him, but above all, the sword, Tyrving.
sich immer noch nicht fest. Einfach den Fahren. Scheinbar gibt es wahrscheinlich dann für jedes Teil ein. Nur sicher zu gehen. Oh, ich auch nicht. Ja, kein Bergsteig. Kann ich damit was anfangen? Nee, okay. Hätte sein können, dass es ein Rätsel ist.
Don't go in there. Go in.
Oh Gott.
You have to go in. Take the torch. It's too dark. Take it. This will help you. Careful. You have to be able to see.
Soll ich rein, dann soll ich nicht rein. Jesus. Gott,
Dillian, I'm here.
Gott.
I'm here for the trials. Like when we first met, remember?
Gott. Oh Gott. Oh. Ich will nicht. Ich will nicht, ich will nicht, ich will nicht, ich will nicht, ich will nicht. Vielleicht möchte ich das anzünden.
There he is. There he is. Dillian. There he is. Finally. You found him.
What's wrong? What happened? Can you hear me?
Let him leave.
Just wait there. I'll find you.
You have to find him. This is your mission. Find him. You have to use everything you have and find him. Get him back. He was just there. How could you lose him? How could she lose him? How could she? Find him.
Okay, damit kann ich nichts anfangen. Solange ich Feuer habe, kann mir nichts passieren. Feuer ist gut.
I'll find him.
Feuer ist
What's
gut.
that? Did you hear that? Nothing. Was that voices? Is that his voice or the voice of the dead? Not Dillian.
Dillian's calling to you. Can you
Where
hear
is
him?
he? Where is he?
He sounds like he's getting further away.
Have you lost him?
You're going the wrong way.
Are you lost and have you lost him?
Ah,
Where are you? Turn left.
Herver disguises herself as a man to join a band of warriors, and soon becomes their leader. When they come to the island where her father is buried, her men do not want to go ashore. They say that evil haunts the island, and that it is a worse place by day than other places are by night. Fearless, she lands alone. There are many grave mounds, and all of them have ghostly flames burning over them. She comes to the grave mound of her father after passing through these ghostly fires, as though they were mist. The flames I passed through were real enough. Damn the Northmen to hell.
touch the walls.
You don't know what they might do.
Turn back.
She has to keep going.
It's not safe here.
She has to keep going.
If you go down there, no one can save you.
It's too
Da
scary.
brennt schon Feuer.
I can hear him.
Within the burial mound, Herver calls on her father to wake from death and bring her his sword. She says that it is not seemly for the dead in their grave mounds to bear valuable weapons. Her father answers with words of warning. You go to your doom. Baleful runes surround you. You have gone mad. You have lost your mind. Your thoughts are confused. It is dangerous to wake the dead. Like I said, she reminds me of you.
Okay.
The voice is getting louder.
Listen, Dillian. Listen, listen, listen. It's him. Listen.
It's getting louder.
There he is.
I'm getting this.
Keep going.
Senua, follow the
Mach
voice.
schön Feuer an.
Dillian's voice. It's him. He's going to save you.
Find the voice.
Find him.
Gottes Willen.
Find another way. It's not working.
You have to use your mind. Where can you go?
You're failing. Find another
Think.
way.
Think. Focus. Use your mind.
Where's he gone? He's disappeared. You let him slip through your fingers once again.
Think clearly. You have to find another way. There
another
has to be
way.
another way. You don't recognize
Ah,
it.
Don't doubt yourself. You'll never find it.
She doesn't recognize it.
okay.
Yes, you do. You
She doesn't.
listen for his voice. Listen.
Dillian, where are you?
Listen for his
Ähm.
voice.
Dillian,
Kann ich zurück.
she can't hear it.
Hier lang. Hier lang. So. Das habe ich ja gefunden. Dann gehe ich mal hier lang. Und gehe mal kurz nach links. Da war ich ja auch noch nicht. Ich habe ja nur das Feuer da gesehen.
Does everything look the same?
Weil vielleicht habe ich...
Something's different. Look for
Ja?
clues.
What is it?
Okay, gut.
What's different?
Ich dachte nur, ich hätte was vergessen. Von daher, dann ist es okay. Ich kann leider nicht trennen. Also irgendwie sieht es am Arm aus, als wenn es sich immer weiter verbreitert. Aber, wo zum... Ich gehe jetzt mal da lang und dann gehe ich links. Jetzt wieder mein Weg. Da hinten ist das Siegel. Nicht durchdrücken, alles gut. Ich finde den Weg. Jahrelang. Dann nicht da lang, sondern da. Dann hier lang.
It's not him. It's not him.
We told you. We told you it was a trick.
Da bin ich schon gewesen und nicht da.
Light the torch.
will da noch nicht lang, oder soll ich da lang? Ich weiß es nicht. Komm mal.
This doesn't sound like Dillian anymore. What's happening?
Quiet.
It's not here.
He wants me to find him. I'm lost without him.
That's not Dillian. That
Okay,
doesn't sound
ich gehe
like
erstmal
Dillian.
anders.
It sounds like something more dangerous.
Something is here.
Something evil.
Hier lang und rechts. Gar nicht. Auch nicht die Steintafel. Doch, da ist er. Ha!
Herva ignores her father's warnings. The grave mound opens, and it seems to be full of fire. Again, Herva demands her inheritance, but her father warns her the sword is cursed and would be the bane of her family. But he relents and brings her the sword. She leaves the island with it, but the curse holds true, and death would follow in the years to come. And so, Senua, the misdeeds of a father have cursed his daughter.
Das sind wirklich nicht mehr viele.
What's in there? A secret room. How do you get in there? How does she get in there? There's no way in.
Das hört sich irgendwie nach dem Illusionsgott an. So ein bisschen.
Find a way. You're too close to stop. What's in there?
Mal schauen. Wenn ich kann mit der Fackel noch nicht mal zuschlagen. Vielleicht kann ich ihn ja zu Tode blenden. Na, du böse Stimme.
It's not Dillian.
Keine Angst, ich kann schreien. Oh Gott. Okay.
Dillian wants me to face my fears. Father? I'm leaving. I've decided. I think it will be good for me.
It's the darkness. It's speaking through
No,
you.
Dad, it's me. I think I can beat it. In my own way.
I can see the darkness in your eyes, child.
I met a boy.
Boy.
The chief answered.
No.
He said he could help me.
It's a trick.
He said I could be normal.
Normal?
Yes.
No boy is going to save you. No one can. When they see the rot growing inside you,
No!
they will turn their back on you. The gods can only fix you through my hand. You're going nowhere.
No.
You will not defy the gods. Come, child, take my hand. Come. Senua.
I am leaving!
You cannot escape the darkness. Your curse will make everyone suffer. You will have blood on your hands!
Habe ich die erste Prüfung geschafft? Was so?
It's done. You did it, but there's more.
Okay.
There's more. You're tired, but you have to keep going. There's still more. There's always more to do. It's not going to be easy. You're getting tired.
Ich weiß, es war ein kurzes Video, aber ich glaube, wir machen eine Prüfung nach der anderen.
She hasn't got the energy.
Bin gespannt, was so uns noch erwartet. Wir werden uns wiedersehen. Steve sagt ciao.